was about to. I was trying to sing, but Jermaine was talking to me. But that was my solo. You know, he was telling. He wanted people at the church like sing. I'm like, I'm trying to. If you leave me alone. No, but we back, y'all. Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Lick Morning Show, Love is Cool with Kills. Our second topic of the day is, if you were to pass away today, what would you want the people to remember you by? I looked at you because...
Well, first and foremost, I'd like for it to be on my obituary. Yola the Great's quote, she finally let up. Because, you know, some of you guys don't know, but my favorite song is Yola the Great, Ain't Gonna Let Up. So I would definitely want that on the front of the obituary. And then my second favorite song, Janelle Monáe, I like that. And I like for that to be under it. So she finally let up. No, I finally let up. And I like that. That's what I want. What I would want people to remember me by? Oh, child. Well, first and foremost, if I pass away, please don't remember any of the negative things. Disregard anything I did negative in my first life. No, I would want people to remember that I was a transformer as far as like the mind, that I motivated your socks off. In my presence, you were able to laugh, cry, and sometimes you wanted to slap me because I was a little annoying. I would want people to remember me as someone who was reliable, that they could count on or confide in with their secrets. Because she used to talk too much, but then towards the end of her life, she got it together.
She got it together.
You know what I mean? She didn't tell the secrets. I would want to be remembered as that. And I would want to be remembered as somebody who did not give up no matter what.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to be remembered as.
I literally wrote mine down, like I told you, but like in the last paragraph, it just say, remember me smiling, remember me laughing, remember me cooking and telling jokes, remember me at my happiest point. A lot of times people, when you pass away, they'll remember everything. And I mean, because you're now at the forefront of everybody's mind. Mm-hmm. But don't dwell on, like you say, any of the shortcomings. We're human. Just remember that I was a fighter and I never gave up. I was resilient. No matter how many times life knocked me down, even if I had to get up crawling, I still got up. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
I would say I would want people to remember me. Just being a people's person, like real mellow, real chill. I'm me. So just somebody who never gives up. Somebody who followed his dream and turn his dream into a reality. This is like my dream not to reality just yet, but
you're in it. You're walking in it. Don't disregard this experience, please.
But no, man. Not like you know what I mean.
Hey,
but yeah, just somebody who never gave up on his dream and just kept it moving and just making it do what it do.
Look, he looks so mad.
I didn't understand.
Mine would be, I would want people to remember me by being a motivator, being a person that provides opportunities. Like, I didn't ever look out for just me. I want people to remember me by being a people person and a person who wanted everybody to win.
Can I interject real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that in my obituary about you. I'm like, thanks for giving me this opportunity. Like, for real, for real.
Don't tell me you plan on dying.
No.
We need to put you on
Let me tell you,
suicide
I'm actually happy we having this discussion because death is such a taboo
I was
subject.
still going, but
I'm sorry.
The women just got shaved this morning.
No, she was right because yesterday I was told that I'd be cutting people off.
Yeah, you do that a lot. No.
I mean, dang, I said they told me.
Tag team.
And I'm a person, if I don't say it right then, I'm
gonna forget. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, those are the main two things. And of course, that I didn't play about anything that I care about. Whether it's my family, whether it's my friends, it could be my friends' kids. Like, I don't care. If I care about something, I want to be remembered that she didn't play about it. Like, don't play with her. Don't play with nothing that she care about. That's it. That's all.
Did she go say that's it?
Nothing
No, but I
attached.
was like, for real, kills. What I was saying was death is such a taboo subject in families across, like in most people's lives, but for us and my folks, like we laugh about, like, cause I mean it's inevitable. Mm-hmm. So I love that this is a discussion topic for today because a lot of people won't ever even with like life insurance and stuff like that, people don't talk about it or what you want your final plans to be. Do you want a funeral? Do you want to be cremated? And then when they die, you caught off guard.
Right.
So based on what we've shared, do you think people will remember you as that?
It depends, honestly, and I'm gonna be honest with you. It depends on which stage of my life they met me at. But
that's
everybody will be able to say that I was a good person to them, but everybody won't have the same good experiences. Because somebody met a fighter, somebody met a lover, somebody met a person who said whatever, but at the core, I still had the same heart, I still had the same intentions, but all of it didn't come across that way depending on what stage you met me.
You should turn your life into poetry. You're so deep.
Shallow as hell.
You ain't shallow.
What about you, Kels? You think that you will be remembered?
Absolutely.
I think so too.
And I say that because I hear it now. So I'm like, oh, everything that I wanted to be known for or to have shine without me having to say is already in fruition, like right now. It's already happening right now.
It is easy to for you to help people. I wonder about you sometimes with that. Because I mean it's just you're just so available to help.
I know.
Like
and
even
I'm getting flack for that, but
like,
that's just who I am.
I think you should because your value has increased.
Mm-hmm.
And so should your access to you.
Well, one thing I have changed is if you notice, you will never really see me anywhere. Like I don't go to every event. If I'm somewhere, I'm there for a reason.
Okay.
So I get invited to a lot of stuff and I don't go to everything that I used to go to.
Okay, well
And
we
if it
need to start
doesn't
back
pay-
over.
Yeah, if it doesn't pay,
okay.
then I'm definitely not
You
going
don't
to
slack.
work there. Yeah, because I've done all that before. I put in the work. I've done the for exposure thing. Like I've been there. I've done that. Now my value is.
I'm gonna tell you about that for exposures thing. People, especially, and I had to learn that. And I mean, and of course, this was in gospel and stuff like that. But they will expose you to death, and they will be making money off of your exposure. And like, no, because if I wasn't of value to what you have, then you wouldn't need me or me, my face on the flyer, nothing like that.
Right.
So no, I definitely get that.
But sometimes, like I get it from like the beginning standpoint.
Yeah.
Like if it's something that I'm trying out brand new, then yeah, I want to get my foot in the door. Like I ain't gonna be at the beginning. Like I ain't never did something before, and then I charge such and such. Okay, let me see your work. I ain't got nothing yet,
Yeah.
but my value is.
But no, that's not. But if you have a following or something like that, they know people, and I hate that, but they will try to expose you to death.
Yes, exactly. Because I've been to just damn near everybody event in Atlanta in the last couple of years. So I think beginning of 2019, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make myself available to the things that is going to help me grow, especially if it's free. If it's not going to help me on the opposite end, you won't see me there.
I'm thinking about, because I'm going back to the topic. Another thing that I want to be remembered as, and I want that to continue into people that I meet, is like, I'm an advocate for the underdog. And I know
Me
that sounds
too.
most people, and I don't know if it has anything, and it may be rooted in like the rejection with the issues with like people walking away or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
But
what
I never want anybody to feel left out. I never want anybody to feel shunned. If the people don't like you or the people talking about you, you're probably gonna be the one I gravitate to make sure that you're okay. Like, and it's so funny because like then after a while, because again going back to the first topic, like I'm still a loner. So after a while, I go, okay, leave me alone. I'm good. Like you good now, so leave me alone.
I think I had that in me too.
Yeah.
That's me too. All
Because
day.
normally that's the best one. The one that everybody's overlooking, the one that's
will be
not
the
in the
best.
clique,
Yeah.
that will be the one that changes
And
your
it's so
life, your
funny.
business, your whatever.
I've always been, and I ain't even try to be. I've always been a part of the in crowd, but I've always been on the outside. In my head, in my mind, I'm like, okay.
I am the crowd.
I was just
Yes.
telling Judy this. When was this? Saturday? I said I wasn't the popular one in school, but all my friends were popular. So you only knew me because XYZ were my friends.
Were you quiet?
I was
Introvert?
quiet unless you did something I didn't like to either me or somebody I don't like.
Okay.
I was like
very
the
popular.
goofy one, but I wasn't quiet. Like,
I'm trying to
sitting in
see
the
you at
corner.
school,
Like you
like-
gonna see me loud, but you're not gonna see me having to be the spotlight.
Yeah, I was popular, but I wasn't the most liked.
Gotcha.
But those who understood me, I didn't have to explain, and that's who I gravitated to, and we're still friends to this day.
Gotcha.
I'm from Osceola. We were all popular. And I ain't even being funny.
It's
Like,
a small town.
yeah,
Like,
it's a small town, but like I mean, there were certain things that I ain't trying I promise I ain't trying to be. I'm like, I was considered Mr. OHS for like the who's who and stuff like that. But it don't mean nothing. Like all of us were cousins. I mean, yeah, you know, I was happy that they night, but yeah, but like all of like for real, most of us were cousins. Everybody, mamas was friends. Like so, it really like everybody knew each other. So it really wasn't a popular, non-popular thing.
I was singing superlative, class clown.
I can see that.
And most likely to get kicked out of graduation, which was featured
I
in
can
the
see
news
that too.
article. I actually had to sign a contract that I wouldn't disturb the graduation process. That I would just walk and be normal, cause I didn't even say what I wanted to do, but I did Eastside Stomp Across. Like I was proud of myself.
And you know where we from. I didn't even see that stuff until we got to college. I mean, it's a small town. They call your name, you just walk across, and then you just like I didn't know the people really showed up.
But I Eastside Stomped all the
So
way.
you always.
I didn't say it because they said I couldn't say anything. They said, they would hold my diploma for 1 year, and I didn't care because all I needed was a transcript to go to college. I didn't care, but I didn't disturb the graduation process. But I was definitely myself. Like I was so proud of me.
So you were always outgoing. Like you didn't have to grow into it. Like you was.
Now I came out the womb like this.
She came out, hey girl.
I'm always that one, like, if we're at a party, I'm the one in the middle of the floor dancing or something. But if you needed me to talk in front of everybody, I wasn't that. Like, people knew I could sing, but you'd have to damn near pay me to sing. Like, please, just sing something.
Shy.
Yeah, like, I'm shy, but I'm not shy. It's weird. I'm still the same way now. I'm shy, but I'm not shy.
And people will never, because you're a radio personality and stuff like that, people don't understand that. Like, but like me at my core, I'm an introvert. Like all day.
That's me all day.
I'm not.
I'm like, people was like, I feel like you don't like people. I'm like, I like them, but I don't like them. Yep. I deal with people in a way that I have to, and then, like you said, you hang with them for a minute, and then after a while, you're like, okay, like that's enough.
I picked that up with you.
For a day.
That's why I be like scared to text outside of work and stuff.
Oh, no.
Like when I text, I was like, "Kels, what's the day of that event again?"
She'll text back, but she call
her. She text back like a day later. I was like, "You was like, oh, I'm just now seeing it." I was like, "Oh, I forgot." Like, but I get that from you. I know not to call and say, "Hey,
no, you can."
No, she.
I know.
You ain't meet the You haven't. You didn't even meet the Kels that I know now. Like, y'all happy y'all got her real phone number.
Oh, you didn't have it?
I ain't even have a real phone number.
She didn't know you.
Hey.
I have evolved.
And let me tell
you,
your I gotta get a feel for you game is so strong. Like I could tell, like just like doing business with you, or just I could tell like you're, and you taught me not to be so hasty, like with letting people in my space or just confirming that they're important to me. Like I'm like, I should try that. Like,
and I love that you see, because it wasn't always that way. Like it wasn't like
I literally sat me down, and I don't even know if he wanted me to say that on air, but he literally sat me down and said, and excuse my French, nobody gives a fuck about you. Everybody, that's what he said. Like, you have to go into business. People don't care about you. It's about business. Like, if you wasn't giving them something, they wouldn't be where they are. Like, you have to be in the mindset that you got to get what you need out of it, because everybody around you is going to get what they need out of it.
Definitely. And I'm going to say this, and this ain't, I thank you all the time, but I agree with him, because even with me, like I hope it don't sound like no mooching on him, because that ain't the way I'm trying to say, but you've increased my stock. Like, you gave me a chance, honestly, when I was going back home. So, like, because of that, like, people see you're on the radio, this, that, and third. When they call you for hosting, it's like, okay, well, this, or an appearance or something like that. Like, oh, yeah, like, I'm here, we reach this amount of people daily, weekly, whatever. Then, like, so, like, what's up? Like, let's talk.
Right.
And
it's the same for me. Like, shout out to Rap City ATL was the show that I started on. They gave me a chance with zero experience. So somebody gave me a chance. So in my mind, I'm like, pay it forward. Like, I got the opportunity. I didn't have to go to school for it. I didn't have to audition for it. I literally came in 1 week, and they was like, we want you. And so I did that for a year, and that opened other doors. Like, granted, I was doing things before that, but when it came to radio, other than me being interviewed at different stations, I never had the opportunity to be on the opposite side of the table. Gotcha. So that's why I'm like, okay, someone gave me a chance. pay it forward, give somebody else a chance.
And see, that's how people keep growing too. Like once you pay the way for other people, like that's how that's how you keep receiving your blessings.
That's what I always say. When you help somebody,
Yeah.
when you've already arrived and you have a help them spirit instead of a spirit of defeat, like they might take my shine, you always win. You always win when you give back. And I pray that I always, no matter, because I'm gonna be so great, so big. I already know it. I pray that I'm able to bless those who, one, blessed me, gave me an opportunity, and bless that underdog that's in them inboxes. Oh, can you mentor me? Oh, can you help me? I want to be her.
Yep.
I'm going to always be her. I don't ever want to get too bougie, too big. You know what I mean?
On the same hand, my prayer for all of us is that we are watchful of the people that we let in, because everybody that comes around, not coming around to glean from you. Like some people are coming around to sow seeds,
Suck your dry.
and then it's gonna be a mess. I hate when I do this.
Not
It's
for
a
me. I got
scripture.
discernment.
It's a scripture that says it's the small foxes that spoil the vine, and basically, if you don't handle the stuff when it's little, then it'll grow into be something big. And so when certain people come in and they'll plant these seeds and you don't see them and you don't know, and it's the little stuff that's they may be going on with their life after they come in and planted that seed, but then it's going to grow into something bigger and you can't handle the monster that it's grown into.
Psalms 91.
Come on, secret
Yo,
player.
yeah.
Psalms 91. Block the blessing blockers every day. Psalms 91. I do that every time I open my eyes. Boom. Here we go. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High. I just go on with it, baby. Blessing blockers. I'm aware of those too.
Yeah, and it's so...
They can't touch me.
And that's even like talking about like what you want to be known for when you pass away. Like it's the same thing, because I don't want to ever be like, oh, I don't want my potential to die with me. Like, oh, he has such great potential, but he never tapped into it. Oh, he could have done this, but he never. Like, I never want that to be, and that's why people like. I thought that I honestly, and this is the truth, because over the past year, if y'all know, like, well, y'all didn't know me, but if you go back and look at my pictures or whatever, my social circle changed drastically, and I was hurt because I thought that I was being pushed away from people that I love, but I was actually being protected because bigger, more detrimental stuff was coming, and I was being like, okay, like, let me remove you. I'm speaking in the voice of God, like, let me remove you now, because you ain't gonna be able to handle what's coming. And I swear to y'all, I was not going to be able to handle. If I was that closely connected at that point where some other things happened, I probably would have been dead, because I know how I could be. So it's gonna be somebody gonna kill me. I'm gonna kill myself. But it was just like I was being protected. So like that's my prayer, like for all of us moving forward, for real, for real.
Yeah, and then too, while we're on that topic, we also have to be mindful that sometimes the Creator, God, the universe, whoever you want to call it, I identify it as God, will not set a bush on fire for you to see those signs. You're not going to get a smoke signal all the time, or an alarm or a siren. It's little small stuff.
And I always say that, and dealing with people though, my philosophy is I judge how you treat others when they're not around. I know how you treat me when I'm not around. Mm-hmm. And so in moving that in that way, like there were signs all around, because he ain't gonna lead you into nothing blindly. There was signs all around, and then you just discounted this how they are. This is how they are, and like some stuff did because I was did catch me off guard because I was blinded by other stuff. But there was never a moment where I was led into something blindly.
That is a topic. That's a good topic. Can we remember that?
Like, what part of it? I don't know.
That you will never be led into anything blindly. Because some people feel victimized when the SHIT hits the fan. Mm-hmm. Like, you were not led into that situation blindly. You just didn't want to see it.
You didn't want to see it.
But if you look back, this happened. What made you think that was?
I'm over here thinking of stuff like, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I love
saw it.
Because we can go and quote a scripture, then you can say the SHIT. I know, that's like we can go from. Yeah.
I'm trying to watch my mouth. I don't want a potty mouth in 2021, and it's so bad that
I ain't letting up.
My sacrifice.
She ain't gonna let her.
My sacrifice is to spell it and then eventually stop spelling it.
Gotcha.
I'm just baby stepping because I can't just
I'll
cold
pray
turkey.
for you.
You already know she's down to say it.
It just feel good rolling off your tongue. It's like It tastes good.
Uh-huh.
Okay, guys, well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back. The Lick Morning Show.
It's 92.3.